hypnotherapist and neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. Welcome to tonight's episode of Ready, Jetset, Go! Here in Ready, Jetset, Go, we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in travels. And sometimes probably like we cannot avoid it. There are some mistakes or mishaps that can happen. Maybe you have lost your wallet, you have lost your passport, you got delayed, and all those kind of negative emotions are happening while you are having this experience. And the thing though is that here in the United States, we have a multicultural background, more or less, because like everybody came from somewhere. And Chicago, I should say, is one of the most welcoming cities all over different parts of the world. So our guest is Milo Markovich, who is an avid traveler himself. He's a financial professional, and when he's not in the office, you can find him staying active playing tennis, boxing, catching up on Formula One, or creating a new dish in the kitchen. So hello, Milo. How are you?
Hello everyone. Hi. Thank you, Lorii, for having me here.
Sure. So I know that you have done a lot of traveling, and so maybe you can tell us what inspired you to do a lot of these travels.
Yeah, my dream always has been to see the whole world. And I started when I was younger, traveling through Europe, and with my friends, we would go over to Austria, Belarusia, Slovenia, Slovakia, all the Balkan. Then I went all over to the Germany, that part, Italy. I love traveling because I love trying different foods, and because I'm a big foodie and I really enjoy to go. And still till today in Chicago, every week I go to some new restaurant where they have some kind of different food that I can try. And that's what is inspired me to do a lot of travels, and as well meeting people from different countries because they have a different mentality than I do, and I can learn a lot from them.
Okay. So does your parents also love traveling?
Not that much.
Oh.
No, they're not that. Yeah, I can't convince them to come to United States. My dad was like, "Yeah, engine needs to have airplane has to have 4 engines."
Oh,
I'm like,
goodness.
"Okay, Dad, we're gonna work on that. Don't worry." It's so fun.
Wow. Okay. All right. I got it.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
my parents.
What about you? Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, their first travel by flying is to come here in the United States to see me. And so I have no idea how was their experience because they come to see me. So I didn't ask them how did it feel. But obviously for some people of certain age, it depends what's their interest. If they really like travel, they will travel. But my parents, I think that was the start for them. From then on, they realized, okay, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Yeah, that's what I feel. We have. Yeah. That's good.
So what happened? You told me that there's something which is very interesting that caught you off guard while you were traveling on your first trip to the United States.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. I still remember I was a student back home, still living with my parents. I did travel to Europe, but I never went to America. It was like something whole new. And the night before, I went out with my guys outside. We were a little partying, having fun because my last day in Serbia, and I lost my phone that night. And in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my phone. And I'm thinking still, because I live with my parents, I can't tell them, they were going to be so mad at me. But I'm thinking, once I go to America, I'm just going to go to Apple Store, grab a phone, easy, right there when I landed in Boston. So I got on a flight, just put on a piece of paper, I put 9 Bell Neck Road, Massachusetts. That's everything that I had. I fold that, put it in my pocket, take a flight to Boston. I'm landing in Boston and it's everything, it's chaotic, because Boston is so big. I mean, in Serbia, it's a lot smaller. And then I'm like, oh my God, what Apple Store? I'm not even thinking about it. Let me find a bus station and just get out of here because it's like hell. And I'm talking, back then I wasn't speaking English very well, it was so hard for me kind of to talk. And I'm asking people for help, just how I can get to the bus station, where to go, and they helping me. And I got to the bus station, I get into the bus, and I'm going towards Harwichport. It's like 2-hour drive. And I'm just waiting for drivers to say we arrived, and driver is yelling, Harwichport. Okay, I'm getting out of the bus, and Lorii, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm on a parking lot. And I'm asking this driver, hey, buddy, you sure this is a Harwich port? And he's like, yeah, I know, I drive the bus. I'm like, okay, boss, you know it. He said, I was like, where should I go now? He's, just go south. Okay. I grab my suitcase, all my stuff, start walking south, but on the road there was no pedestrian walkway, and just cars speeding next to me. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, my parents, they would be so mad if they knew, what I'm going through right now. Because it's crazy, I don't even have a phone. And I'm going down south and I see a gas station on the left. And I go over there to ask them for direction. And they said the same thing, like, yeah, just go south. You're going to find a West Harwich. I'm like, I'm just getting really frustrated. But one truck driver he overheard the conversation. He said to me, hey, young guy, you need a lift? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is the time when I get kidnapped? I was like really scared. I was like, oh my God, should I get in or not? I'm thinking, I'm like, let me get in. I mean, as you guys see, I didn't get kidnapped. Thanks God, I'm still alive and good. So I jump in a trunk, and the truck, and guys was really helpful. He dropped me off on that address. But the thing is, I didn't know the house number. And I got out of the truck, and there's so many little houses over there, and I'm just like, okay, let me just knock on the door and ask where is the student residency. And I'm knocking, and people are opening, hello, 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 it's not here, it's not here. And at one moment, one guy my age opening up the door, and he recognized my Serbian accent. He's like, oh, you made it on Serbia. And that guy is still my friend till today, and he lives here in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
The first guy that I met, Serbian guy in America. Yeah, can you imagine that?
Wow,
Crazy.
that's a small world.
Yep.
Was he a student as well or no?
Yeah, the same like me, yeah.
Okay,
So
were
that's
you going
how
to the same school?
No, we went to the same city in Belgrade, but he was studying something different
Wow.
than I did, yeah.
So he recognized your accent?
Yeah, he was like,
Your
yeah, you
American
Serbian?
English?
Yeah, that was real broken back then. Maybe still now, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that was it. That was my first, that experience. And the next day, I went to the store and got myself a phone.
Okay. And so did you ever tell your parents what happened?
No, till today. They don't know.
Oh my
Because
God.
I mean, it was really, still, my friends there in that house, the other students were like, they were like, man, that really happened to you? I'm like, yeah, I don't have a phone. I just still have that piece of paper, just piece of paper. And that's it. But, luckily I was traveling in Europe, and I was like, I'm going to be okay,
Okay.
Nothing crazy probably can happen, but I would just,
Okay.
let me just go with the flow.
Uh-huh. And so, what time was that when you landed at the airport?
That was 2017, May, maybe 20th, something like that.
And what was the specific? Was it morning, evening, or afternoon, or evening?
It was more towards around 5 p.m.
Okay. Wow. That you're running out of time, because if you get lost,
I'm done.
then you
Yeah.
have to be like walking and walking.
That's it.
and
I wouldn't know where to go. I was really scared, actually. It was really terrifying. Once again, it's funny now to talk about that, but then, from first time in the States, I don't even know where to go. Everything is
old were
totally
you
different.
then?
I was 23.
Okay, and how was that, trying to be trustful? Because, you have seen a lot of movies in Serbia
That's
about,
that's
like
why I was
people-
thinking I'm going to get kidnapped right there. I was like, man, I'm done. I just tried to make my life better, and one guy swooped me off the gas station, and Milo's gone. Yeah, it was really,
And
really...
where was that? Which town?
It was a Harwich port.
Where is it?
It's in Cape Cod.
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod, Massachusetts. That's like 2 hours from Boston.
Okay, so in Cape Cod, that's where you completed your education?
No, this is where I went to a student exchange program.
Oh, student exchange.
Yeah, I did it a couple times. That was the first time actually that I did it. But then I did it again the next year. Because we would come here, not just people from Serbia, people from all other countries as well. And then we would get together there. We would before that got interviewed and find our jobs there, so we can pay for our rent and spend a little bit on us, and as well meet other people from other countries and kind of understand Americans. And
Okay.
yeah.
What kind of the first job you got?
I was working in a supermarket.
Okay.
I
And
was,
with no English?
Yeah, what can I do? I was, what's it called? Stalker. I think you just stalk stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
clerk. I think.
Okay.
I don't sound like that.
All
I
right.
forgot. It was a long time
At
ago.
least you were not a stalker.
Yeah. Oh, not yeah. Thanks God, not that. Yeah. Yeah. That was my first job ever. Yeah. It was really interesting.
Okay. All right. And so you don't have to face people then, right? You were just at the stock room.
No. You were facing people. You're just talking products.
Okay.
In a shelf, those shelf in the supermarkets.
Okay.
That someone picks something up from the shelf, and then you just bring a whole box, and then you stock on the shelf.
Okay. And how long were you in the U.S. for that time?
6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So like in the 6 months, what have you learned?
I learned. Oh, that was so hard in the beginning to just talk. I remember I'm ordering. I went to the Subway because I was thinking that's fancy. Whatever. I just got here. I didn't know anything. I'm getting in Subway and I'm trying to order a sandwich and I'm like, tomato or potato? I can't, in my brain, I can't just say, what is it? It's not going, because we did have English in school, but you don't talk a lot, And then your brain kind of stuck and you just don't talk, but have like a conversational English. And that I think was really hard for me in the beginning to start talking. But once you're in that store and surrounded by the Americans that are the students from America, then you need it. There's no other option. If you want to communicate, you need to communicate in English. And it was so hard. Once I get home, I'm start dreaming in English. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to my home and just speak Serbian with my friends. It was so hard. But that's what I learned, basically. I really learned to speak better. I was better in communication as well, picking up some really good work habits. Because, you need to work, being more engaged, because I wasn't working back home. Mostly I was just studying, having fun, not being responsible for anything. And here I was really responsible for stuff, and I really needed to work. And I think that influenced a lot. Because once I got back from America that year, I found a part-time job in Serbia. Because I didn't want to lean on my parents and just asking for money.
Okay.
I was trying more to be, self-made, make my own money.
Okay. So like you were 23 years old and then you arrive and then, whatever money you had to also pay for your new Apple phone.
Yeah. That's why I didn't go with Apple. I got some kind of small Samsung. I think it was Samsung small white. Like, I don't even know. It was such a bad phone. But I was like, let me just stick to it, Once I finish the whole program, then I'm going to buy an Apple. And I got an Apple right there in September. Once I had a little bit more money, and then I was like, okay, let me buy an Apple phone. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh my gosh. So how did it felt like for you? Like, when you realized that particular phone already disappeared, like you need it. Obviously, even young people, that's their life. Like,
I had everything there.
having the phone. How did it felt like for you? Like you have to be traveling to another country far away. You don't even have a means of communication.
I mean, it was. I wasn't able to say my parents because I know my dad. Because he needed to give me so much money for that program, and then to give me money to go there. Actually, because when you're entering USA, you need to have cash with you. You know how you're gonna pay for your staying there and everything. And on the top of that, if I would say I lost my phone and you need to buy me a new phone, that wouldn't be good. That's why I was just like, I'm not going to say anything. I knew I'm going to be okay. I don't know. As I said, I did a lot of traveling when I was like 17. I started traveling through, from Serbia to Montenegro to Bosnia, Macedonia, Greece. We were always traveling, and I was traveling with my buddies. So I felt like I'm going to be okay.
But you brought a lot of money, I would imagine. So where did you put it? Because, you were probably even scared because, you have this guy who picked you up, was trying to give you a ride.
Yeah, I put it underneath what was I wearing? I think it was a hoodie. So basically, I put it over my T-shirt, those small wallets that you can put around your neck. Mm-hmm. and then I put my money there, and then I put a hoodie on the top of that, so no one can see that I have, and I kind of
Okay.
put my hands right here and just walking like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, moving forward, let's say, if you can relive your life again, are you going to be coming to America again as an exchange student?
Oh yeah, that was the best decision that I ever made in my life, actually, because it was back then we were in school, and this is the time when you don't even need to think about school. You just go there, have fun, meeting new people, partying, exploring the America. That was a dream, and I know all other students were just like me. So it was like in that moment I felt it was like the world stopped. And I had the best time in my life. So I would definitely do that again.
Okay. So how did you end up getting that work?
Actually, there is an agency in Serbia, and they work with exchange students. So you need to fill like a paperwork. You need to get interviewed, of course, and then they have like a job fair. So a lot of people employees from America, they come over there, or they do Zoom interviews, and then they see if you're a good fit for their company.
Okay.
It was way better jobs, but with my English and everything back then, thanks God I got this. I was like, yes.
No, I am asking about that because
12 per hour, yes.
Yeah, because I've always been intrigued because I used to host people who's doing couch surfing before. And so that one time I had a guest, he is aiming to be a doctor.
Okay.
And so he's Turkish, and once he came over here, the first work that he had is because, of course, he doesn't speak English, he's washing dishes. I was thinking, like, oh my God, this guy is running to be like, a doctor, and then like he's washing dishes. And so, like, I'm sure he's spoiled out, in his own country, and then like he's, doing washing dishes. And then one time I had another guest, I don't remember now where he is from. I think he's also from Eastern Europe. And the funny thing is that, so I asked, so what do you do? And so like, he said that his first work was actually, he's doing the same thing like exchange student, but he is, do you know those bicycles which runs around downtown that they're touring people around? So that's what he was doing.
Rickshaw.
Yeah,
Rickshaw, how they call it?
I think that's so cute though, because he's entertaining people, but obviously he's just like, driving his own bicycle with his passengers. And then there was one other guy that, no, actually it was women. So they were actually working in like a fair, like, where they have this
fair. Okay.
roller coasters, so
yeah.
like a fair,
Like
that's
a Six Flags.
Yeah, that's where they work. And then I was thinking like that's pretty cool too, because like you get to have fun, maybe in your off times you can ride those rides.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that you were able to use whatever you have in order to practice your English as well during that time, because that's the reason why I ask, are you also speaking to other people? Because obviously if you're just doing stacks at the back, then you're not going to be able to practice your English.
That was so hard, because if they ask you something, where is like particular product or something in a store, and I'd be like, what? I don't know. And it was so weird, but it was interesting. That's the thing. It's an experience, and I think it was a really good experience.
What were they selling in that particular shop?
Everything was like similar to Jewel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a big store. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
did you have any, what is the most unforgettable experience that you had that somebody asked you something that you don't know?
Let me see. I have something. I have something other that they call me my lord.
My lord.
That was so weird. Yeah, I had that. There was one guy, and I have my name tag like Milo Rod, okay? And one older guy was coming there at the store, and every time he was like, "What's your name, my lord?" And every time when he would came to the store, he would be yelling, "My lord, my lord!" And I'm like, man, it's not my name. But that's not fun. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't recall.
I'm just curious because, obviously there will be women, because that's Jewel. So there will be women asking like for feminine products.
Oh no, I didn't. I don't remember actually. Honestly, I'm sorry.
All right, no worries. So obviously, you like traveling. So what else is included in your bucket list of travels?
Yeah, I really want to go to Japan. I think they have such a rich culture, and as well as I'm a big foodie again, I want to really to try that street food. I'm really excited for that. So that's on my number one list. As well, I would like to go to Colombia, and I would like to visit some parts of Africa, maybe like Ethiopia or Kenya. I would do that country, yeah. So that's pretty much in my bucket list. Because in America, I visited almost every country. I mean every state. I haven't maybe been in 5 of them, but I visited every state here in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder
So-
what are those 5 that you've been to? Maybe Iowa? I'm not
Did
sure.
I didn't go to Montana, Alaska, North Dakota, and one more. It was North Dakota.
My God,
I didn't go to Puerto Rico. I mean, that's not America, but still
okay, that's
American
very
territories,
interesting.
and one more. It was Maine.
Oh my God.
Maine, yeah.
You should go to Maine. That's where they have those lobster bisque.
That's yeah. Okay, I will do. Okay, on my bucket list now. Here we go. I have Maine. I'm gonna visit Maine. Yeah.
All right. So it was really great talking to you,
Yeah.
Milo. But for the benefit of those people who are watching, so if you are in the travel industry, we would like to have you here, and probably you can give some tips on anything about travel. And then if you are also a travel wanderer, just come over here, let me know so that we can actually have a conversation. So what you actually did in those time of concerns that you had. So thank you so much again,
Of
Milo.
course.
And
Thank you
then
for having
we'll see
me.
you again soon. You take care. Bye-bye.